The sunset tells the story as the day draws to an end, as we sit here in the twilight mid the glory of the land.
As far as objects of precious value being placed in a metal container and buried in the ground, being over 200 years old, I am somewhat familiar with the process. But it's not about me, it is about the town, it is about you, it is about all of us together. I would like to introduce a gentleman by the name of Mike Best. I'm sure he is. And he will take the ceremony from here on forward. I appreciate the opportunity to have come here before you. It is a pleasure to be a member of your town, and I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark, for that introduction. As co-chair of the 50th anniversary and a member of the town council, I would like to thank everybody who came out today for our unveiling of our time capsule to be opened 50 years from this date. I need to go ahead and recognize American Concrete Sales for the donation of our lovely monument. And I need to recognize all those that worked on our Town of Chino book. Will Williams, who's not here because of a previous engagement he'd already planned, I'm not realizing the two conflicted with each other, who was our chief editor. There was Leona Couch, Bobby Wicks, Randy Fuller, Kay Lauster, Jamie, our town clerk. All were the backbones of writing this book. Matt and Jack and myself went out and collected some stories and they were rewritten, but that's okay. I'm not the writer that the other people are. But we got to talk to the people in the community. We got to see those that are have been here a lot longer than I have. But I was waiting for the mayor to show up, and he probably got waylaid someplace else at a different meeting. But Jack, if you would come up here for me, and we will unveil our monument for the 50th anniversary and for the thing that you get to look at for the next 50 years. We will never lose it, I'm sure. And again, I thank everybody for coming out. All right. There it is. That's it. Now, later on, we'll have to get Sadie out here. These are 4-year-old handprints. And when this gets reopened, either by laser or by sledgehammer or any other technological apparatus they might have at 50 years from now, she will only be 55. 54. 54, I'm sorry. 54. And I'm sure she'll enjoy this, having her name on here for eternity.
Yeah, we were putting the top on this when we got through, and there was this little girl, 4 years old, and one of my workers said, hey, we ought to get her to put her handprints in it. And so I went over and asked her, and I said, can you go get your mom or whoever you're here with? And her mom come over, and then I knew her mom, who was actually married to one of the firefighters here in Chino. And so I said, would you mind if she put her handprints in there? Because she'll be here in 50 years to see it. And so that's how it happened. It was just that simple, just on a whim. In next generation. So, thank you.
I'd like to recognize Supervisor Greg Brown, who's here, newly elected Tom Armstrong, who is here, Shirley McGee. Shirley, I should know Shirley. One of the founding parents or families that was here, and all the rest of our people that have come to join us. Kay Lester, Chino Valley Historical Society, Scott, our librarian, Cindy Thompson standing there in the back. Appreciate town support for doing all this. And we got to go ahead and recognize our esteemed guest, Mark Twain, who's always welcome at all of our events. This kind of wraps up everything we had to say. I hope you are all here 50 years from now.
What's so interesting about this event today is that we've been working on the Peavine Trail. They've been working to get that all fixed up. And we're creating a history poster to put in the kiosk so people hiking the trail will learn our history. And so it's all timed in. It's going to be putting in, I think, this week. So it's all so neat. It's been tied in. I wanted to also, because this is so amazing, in 1867, there was one other person living out Del Rio, Robert Postal. In 1867, the Shivers family moved into Chino Valley, and Shirley is the great-great-daughter of Hannah Shivers, who moved here in 1867. And to thank her for coming today, and also because she agreed to an interview, we have a gift copy to give to you, signed by a few of our notable people. Thank you, Shirley. I have so much fun stories about her. Her father, Herb, had all the land, and her father and uncle, Carl and Herb, had all this land on the whole west side of Chino Valley. It was all their ranch. And when she was a girl, her mother was afraid of the horses, thought the kids would get hurt on them. So you look out there at those fields, she ran to round up the cattle. That's how they did it in those days. Also, the fun story about her, the little house they tore down at, not the new one, but a recent one, but the one at Perkinsville, where the Morrison Motors had their houses, their cars for sale, that was her family house. Her dad built that, and she remembered them building that and the coal chutes and stuff, and then they moved. Then they built a fancy new house over on Road 2. So I'm so excited she's here today. So thank you all. And check out those kiosks. Oh, right, the shirts. We have these books for sale in the library. They're $30. You can get them whenever the library's open. I don't know about the shirts. Town Hall? Okay. And the town books at Town Hall as well. Okay, good. And so we're putting a kiosk in at 4 South and one at Perkinsville Road. So after this weekend, hopefully they'll be up in the earlier part of the day when it's warm. Go out and read some Chino Valley history. Thanks.
Thank you, all right. That kind of ends our presentation and our revealing of our time capsule. I hope we all go ahead and have a wonderful Labor Day weekend.
Where the mountains head the waters of the Verde, where the wind blows wild and free across the land. It's a symbol of our freedom with a message to our soul. It's the final touch that shows the master's hand.